Tonight's first alum being recognized is Robert Freligh. Bob is from the class of 1939.
What a wonderful occasion it is to honor someone 97 years young for his service to our country and our community, and to have him here to accept this award. Robert Freligh, or Bob as we all know him, is a lifelong resident of Adrian and a graduate from the Adrian High School class of 1939. Throughout these many years, Bob has distinguished himself in a variety of different ways. As a student, he was editor of the Maple Leaf, the school newspaper. As a classmate, he served on the class reunion planning committees. When the reunion ceased, he organized monthly alumni lunches for classmates until no other classmates were able to attend. Throughout the 80 years, he has personally corresponded with many through handwritten notes and emails. During the 40s, the war had a significant impact on Bob's life. He enlisted in the Naval Air Service and earned his wings. He served as a torpedo bomber pilot in the Pacific Theater, flying from the aircraft carrier USS Franklin. In October 1944, Bob's plane was hit during an attack on a Japanese battleship. He landed the plane near the Philippine Islands, where he and his crew spent the next 47 days with the Filipinos and were rescued in December 1944. In recognition, Bob was awarded the Naval Cross for Valor in Combat. Bob graduated from Albion College in economics and began his long career in accounting and serving as a financial officer at Braceway and Kewanee Scientific. While working, he earned an MBA from the University of Toledo. Throughout his adult life, Bob has been an active and enthusiastic community volunteer, serving on the boards of the Adrian Public Schools, Bixby Hospital, Bank of Lenawee, the Croswell, Adrian Symphony, and the Adrian Morning Rotary Club, among other commitments. Bob has a passion for education and was instrumental in the creation of what is now the Lenawee Lifelong Learning Program, a program for senior citizens in Lenawee County to attend courses on a variety of topics. It is also noteworthy that Bob was on the Adrian Board of Education in the 1950s at the time that this current high school was built. Bob has remained active throughout his life, traveling to all 7 continents and competing in several long-distance races, including the Boston Marathon at the age of 60. These days you can find him at the Silver Sneakers exercise program either before or after he has read his 3 newspapers for the day. Bob and his late wife Jean raised 5 children who all graduated from Adrian High School.
Congratulations, Bob. Please come forward and accept your award.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to the other honorees also. I'd like to take a couple of minutes to tell you how just 3 of the faculty of Adrian Schools has played a role in my retirement years. I had Mildred Armstrong for English literature in my senior year. She introduced me to William Shakespeare, and my family and I have enjoyed going up to Stratford in Canada for several years. I don't travel anymore, but at any rate, we've enjoyed Shakespeare in Canada. My wife and I have gone out to the Bend, Oregon program and had 9 days with Shakespeare out there. And then to put the frosting on the cake, we were at Stratford-on-Avon in England for another 9 days. The second teacher I would recognize is Robert Hayden, who was my American history teacher in the 11th grade. He made the western expansion of the U.S. come alive. In retirement, I've shared a mutual interest with Mr. Hayden in the historical books of David McCullough. I have to laugh when I recall the comment he made when we were discussing McCullough's book, John Adams. He said, this was when I visited him at Grand Court in assisted living, and he said, I thought it was heavy. And I said, oh, I didn't think it was. He said, oh, I meant that it was heavy on my lap when I was reading it. We maintained our friendship to his dying day. The third teacher I would like to mention is Alice Rourke. She was my fourth grade teacher at Garfield School in 1930. She had just graduated from college, and her father had given her a trip to Europe that summer. Coincidentally, the Weekly Reader, and you all remember the Weekly Reader for those years, had this special feature that year of transatlantic crossing. In those days, you didn't go by planes. That was yet to come. You went by ocean steamer. Miss Rourke had had us make our own trip. We made our own passports, steamer trunks made out of cardboard boxes, cigar boxes for drawers, and clothes were cut out on Montgomery Ward and Sears catalog. She brought along the ship's daily programs, and we had our own daily programs. That year evidently planted the travel bug in me because in retirement, as they mentioned, I've traveled all over the United States and on all 7 continents and had a good time. But again, I mentioned I don't travel anymore. I'm so pleased to see our educational foundation doing so well. I remember many years ago when Jim Leary first, incidentally, I'd heard Jim's name mentioned, but I didn't see him. I wonder if he'd just stand up. Jim, are you here? Well, let me tell you. Jim first told us that we should have an educational foundation, and he extolled the virtues. That he wanted us to be able to make grants and provide scholarships, and we all agreed, oh, that's a great idea. But secretly, I never thought I'd see it come to fruition while I was still alive. So I'd like to say thanks, Jim, and on behalf of the foundation and the whole community of Adrian, and thank you to the Educational Foundation.